If your gold leaf work is looking dull, patchy, or just plain messy, then the problem isn't the gold, it's what's underneath it. Today I'm going to make every mistake in the book so you don't have to. Hi everyone, today we are demystifying size. I'm partnering with Barnabas Black Gold to demonstrate to you why things go wrong and what we can do to fix it. So I have created 4 very common mistakes. Once we've cleared up the confusion, I'm going to show you how to get the tack time just perfect. And we're going to use Barnabas Black Gold Superior Quality Leaf for this beautiful panel. But first, what actually is size? And why is it the secret to a professional finish? Let me explain. So size is the specialist adhesive which you use with metal leaf. You have to wait for the size to reach a perfect tack time before you can apply the leaf, and then it has a long working time in which you can use it. I find that using an acrylic water-based size is the most practical option for imitation leaf. You can also use oil-based size, that's another video. Size never dries out entirely, so you have to make sure to cover every single inch of your surface with the leaf. In this video, I'm going to be using my Polyvine metal leaf size. Barnabas Black Gold have their own gilding adhesive, but it's not available in the UK. So a quick run through of my materials. I've got my canvas panels, a variety of brushes, standard Barnabas Gold leaf and the superior quality, a metal leaf size and a sealant, white cotton gloves, and a big tin which I put in all my skewings. I am going to brush on a coating of the size with a nice flat brush, and stay tuned because I'm about to make a hideous mistake. I'm going to be using my standard quality imitation leaf, which in itself is really lovely, and it comes in a packs of 100 sheets, all wrapped up nicely and with a nice white pair of cotton gloves. And the canvas is still entirely soggy, so it's all coming off on my finger. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just apply the gold leaf right away. So what's happening as soon as we lay down the leaf is that it's kind of bubbling and creating these blisters. So my fingers are already getting sticky from the wet size underneath, but I'm going to try and tear away these larger excess strips and burnish it and see what happens. But as you can see, it's already peeling off in places, and I'm going to try and press it into the surface. But look at what happens when I start to burnish it away with my nice mop brush. I'm actually not using my favorite mop brush because I know that this one is going to get absolutely covered in glue. So, I mean, what a horrendous result we've got. It's still wet and soggy, so as I touch it, it's literally kind of melting under my fingers. My fingers are covered with glue, my brush is covered with glue, everything is just peeling off, and the result is absolutely yuck. Now I'm going to have a bit of fun and try and apply the size as messily as I can. So I'm going to use a thick round brush instead of my nice flat brush, and I'm literally just going to messily chuck it on, trying to create ridges, almost to exaggerate what can happen if you don't apply the size nice and smoothly. Okay, what a wonderfully horrendous result I have there. I am going to leave this to go tacky for about half an hour. We'll discuss tack time later on in the video, but I've left it for half an hour, and now I want to show you what happens when I apply the gold leaf onto this textured ridged surface where I've just thrown on the size without a care in the world. The more I am burnishing and brushing away the gold leaf, it's becoming more and more apparent that all of those brush strokes underneath are visible. And also, because I wasn't paying attention and I wasn't being extra careful, I'm probably going to find that I have some areas that are gapped. So the final result is ridged, gapped, another disaster. I am brushing some PVA onto a canvas, and I'm going to show you two results with PVA. So the first result I'm going to show you is when I put my leaf onto the PVA whilst it's still really wet. And then I'm going to show you what happens if I leave it where for the same amount of time that I would leave size, and what happens then. The first thing we're going to witness is the blistering. So what you're starting to realize is that gold leaf does not like a wet, soggy surface. I was curious to see what would happen if I left the PVA for a little bit of time to dry underneath the gold. Because I do sometimes have people challenging me going, yes, you can use PVA. And I'm like, I don't think so. Anyway, so I left it for like half an hour. Obviously, normally PVA would be dried entirely in half an hour, but it hasn't dried at all underneath the leaf. So what's happening is it's smearing, smudging. I can move it with my finger. It's almost like it's melting. So that's an absolute no. Now let's see what happens if, when you've applied the PVA to the canvas, then you let it go tacky as you would size for about half an hour. So I'm going to just put the gold leaf on and see what happens. Safe to say, another disaster. The surface is too dry, the leaf isn't sticking. We just have this kind of random, disastrous, abstract effect. Okay, let's analyze my last mistake. So this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply the size very lightly and a bit patchily and without enough care and attention. And even when I shine it to the light, I can see that there are gaps missing. So I leave it for half an hour to go tacky, then I'm ready to apply my leaf. And now that I'm coming to brush it all away, what I'm finding is that those gaps that were left behind, obviously we've got these horrible patches, and it just proves that you really do need to take good care to cover the entire surface with a decent coating of size. So just like Goldilocks, not too much and not too little. So now let's create a lovely, perfect canvas where we're going to do everything just right. So the first thing I'm going to do is brush some size all over the canvas, all around the edges. With a nice flat brush, I will use a smaller brush for the edges, and I am going to leave it to go tacky for about 2 hours. When I have finished brushing size over the entirety of my canvas, I will turn it into the light and I'll be able to see if I've left any areas, and I'm going to use nice even brush strokes. I'm going to leave this for about 2 hours in a nice dust-free area in my studio, and I will be able to demonstrate to you in a minute what it sounds like, and you will know that the size is at the perfect state of tackiness. So we test our surface, and we tap it and we see, does it have this nice suction, almost like a post-it note or sellotape, and has your finger come away without any residue? Then you know that this clever product is going to give you the best stick for your gold leaf. And for this canvas, I am going to be using the Barnabas Black Gold Superior Quality gold leaf. So this comes in a pack with 25 sheets. It's a little bit more expensive, but it has a fantastic finish. And again, it comes with these wonderful cotton gloves. I mean, so generous. And I've come to use these gloves more and more, just totally invaluable for every step of the process with gold leaf. So because we are achieving perfection, I am going to be using my gloves to apply the gold leaf. Already we can see that we have a much more promising result, and this is just the start. So I'm going to continue layering down each square of gold leaf, and I'm going to slightly overlap each sheet, because the reason you want to do this is you want to try and minimize the line between each sheet of gold leaf. And if you leave a flap, which you can then brush away, that gives you the best chance of getting minimal lines between the sheets. You can see how much confidence you can have when you're wearing these gloves, because you can use them to press the gold leaf into the surface as you are laying down the gold. You can use them to tear away strips, and you don't have to worry that you're going to get sticky or sweaty fingers onto the gold leaf and create horrible fingerprints. You know, I am so happy to be partnering with Barnabas Black Gold, because I have actually been using their product for about 3 years, and what I found is that the colour is so reliable and the quality is excellent. And I always thought to myself, wow, maybe one day I will get a brand deal. And lo and behold, I started a beautiful collaboration with them of mutual respect, so I am very pleased. So let's continue. We are nearly there. As you can see, we're tearing off all these pieces so that we don't get a huge amount of wastage, and we can just fill in those sides of the canvas. Now that I've finished laying down the gold, what I do is I use one of the tissue backing sheets, and I get my nice squirrel haired mop brush, and I just go over the whole surface of the canvas, pressing it into the surface. And I just like to do this before I start to brush away the excess gold leaf. Now it's time to remove all the excess gold leaf. And what I have learned through honing my skills is that by using the gloves, I can A, gently tear away any larger pieces, and B, I can gently smooth the seam where the gold leaf sheets join. And I have found that that creates a much more subtle line where the sheets join. I'm also going to use my soft mop brush, so you do not want to use a harsh brush because you could risk scratching the surface. So a really nice soft mop brush is perfect. This is such a satisfying process, and I just absolutely love it, especially around all the edges. And as you can see, we are getting a really pristine result, so I'm really pleased. And I can also use my glove, a total game changer. And all the excess pieces that are brushed away are called skewings. So once I have finished entirely, I can brush all my skewings into a pile, and I collect them in my big pot and save them for a rainy day or some crazy art project. Look at our perfect result. So now what I'm going to do, finishing step, I'm going to show you how we need to seal it. So I'm going to be using a Polyvine product, a multi-surface lacquer with a gloss finish, which I find doesn't alter the look of the gold at all. And Barnabas Black Gold also have their own brand of sealant. When you're brushing on a sealant, it's really important to have a nice flat brush and maybe a smaller brush if you have a canvas with edges to go around. Because when you're applying sealant, you do not want to get any brush strokes visible. So the process is very steady, and apply the sealant as smoothly and speedily as you can, trying to eliminate brush strokes as you go. So what I try to do is I try to get a nice light coat, but not missing any spaces. And as I go, I kind of smoothing the brush strokes so that I get a lovely, perfect finish. There are also sprays available. I have some videos on my channel about different types of sealants and sprays and brushes and pros and cons. So yeah, plenty to find on my channel. You know, this process has been a bit like Goldilocks and the Three Bears, because we've had too gloopy, too wet, too light, too dry, and then we have just right. Chef's kiss, the perfect result. I mean, the difference is incredible, isn't it, between this and those. So remember I said that I had left the size to go tacky for about 2 hours. You know, you can use the size for up to 24 hours. So you can brush it on, you could leave it overnight, and then you can come back to it the next day. The only risk associated with leaving the size for quite a long time is that obviously, because it's sticky, it could attract dust or hairs. That has also happened to me in the past. So, but I prefer to leave about 2 hours at least. And then I've got my varnish, I can touch it, I don't have to worry, and it's not going to oxidize. So this surface is now ready for you to paint something beautiful on. If you want some ideas, you could check out some other videos on my channel. And then when you've finished your painting, you can then apply another coat of sealant so that it is finished forever. So thank you so much for being here, and look forward to seeing you in the next informative video. Bye bye.